guys remember when every Marvel movie came with a huge onslaught of, well, Marvel Legends, and usually a combination of movie characters and comic book? Well, fast forward to today in 2025, and we're starting to get more and more movies with almost no Marvel Legends support. I mean, Captain America 4 has 3 figures? Hey everyone, welcome back to Spector Creative channel. I'm Scott Toy Guru Neitlich, your host, toy maker, and toy collector, which kind of makes this channel a little bit unique. And recently on my way to the ground, I noticed at my local retailer, there's only 3 Marvel Legends out for the new Captain America movie. You got Red Hulk, you got Falcon Cap, and Falcon. Falcon and Falcon Cap, however you want to say it. This is a lot different from how it's been in the past. Essentially, every Marvel movie since Winter Soldier has had an accompanying Marvel Legends line. And even the Marvel movies that came out pre-Winter Soldier, Iron Man 1, Thor 1 and 2, Captain America 1, Iron Man 1 and 2, sort of got Marvel Legends on the backside. I think during like the 10th anniversary line, they did a lot of figures sort of. If they had done a Marvel, they weren't doing Marvel Legends for a few years when Marvel Cinematic Universe first launched. So we finally kind of got caught up and got characters that sort of kind of should have existed. Fast forward to now, and we're starting to get kind of more and more movies without robust Marvel Legends support. Why is this? And is this a trend that's going to continue? Well, real quick before we jump into that, let's check in with a quick word from today's sponsor. Maybe not a Marvel Legends, but a toy kids might like. This video is sponsored by the Bee-Duck Bouncing Carousel toy. Let's take a look at this fun toy for kids and animals of all ages. Comes with everything you see here in a easy to open package. And that's important because today toys can be really complicated and take forever to put together. Put together? No, that sounded great, Scott. Let's just say I love it when there's little assembly, and this is so cute. Ooh, and look at all the little ducklings and eggs. All right, well, the first thing we're going to do is get our piece count. We got our egg shooters, we got our stickers, and we're going to need some batteries. So batteries not included, but all good toy gurus out there should really keep batteries around their house because part of being a toy lover is having a huge supply of batteries. So yeah, we'll pop in some AA's there, and gosh, yeah, super easy assembly. Not a ton of pieces, you just have to set it up for the game. It comes complete and ready to go. So we set up our little egg jumpers here along the kind of orange pads all around the bee duck in the center. And, well, let's turn this guy on and check it out. Whoa! I wasn't expecting them to jump so high. Then you catch them in the little cup, and, well, it's not that easy. It takes practice, even for a cat. I don't know about this. Kiki, this is not for you. Well, maybe it is. All right, the Bee-Duck Carousel for kids, adults, and apparently cats of all ages. Check it out in the link below, and thanks so much for sponsoring this video on Spector Creative. Man, that duck toy is cute. I think I might even use some of those eggs in some of my my figure displays. I love it, like little feet hanging out. All right, so back from kids' toys to adult collector toys, we're talking about Marvel Legend waves supporting movie launches. So as I noted earlier, since Captain America 2 Winter Soldier, we consistently have had Marvel Legends waves that support theatrical releases. And for collectors, this is important because these waves wind up being vehicles to get characters, comic book style characters, from those characters, call it sub-universe. Like, for example, the first Doctor Strange movie, we got Brother Voodoo, and we got Dormammu. We got a bunch of characters that weren't in the movie, but we got them in comic book style. I mean, even that Captain America Winter Soldier wave. And it's interesting because go back a few years and fans actually didn't like the idea of movie characters and comic book characters sharing the same case pack. We did this with DC Universe Classics with a Green Lantern wave, pre-Green Lantern movie, where we threw in one Green Lantern movie figure with a comic book wave, and fans were just like, oh my God, you can't mix oil and vinegar. But nowadays, it's completely expected. Interesting how times change. So, as a collector, these waves aren't just about supporting the movie, but as I said, they become a vehicle for us to get obscure comic book style characters for that movie character's comic universe. Again, like Quantum Mania, the Ant-Man wave, right? We got Egghead and Crosshair, and basically some Ant-Man villains in comic book style. Nothing to do with the movie, but the theme of Ant-Man. So something like Captain America 4, the upcoming film, we've only got 3 SKUs, and they're all deluxe. There's no basic wave of figures. And while you could attribute to this the fact that there really are only 3 movie characters that are toyetic in nature, well, yeah, but you could fill that wave with more Captain America villains and allies, if you will. I mean, that's what's been so great about these movie waves, is they've been bringing us more and more obscure comic-style characters tied to, the main character. Now, Captain America 4 is not the only one to go through this. We've seen this with the Sony films too, but that's a different story because Hasbro was instructed by Disney deliberately not to support a lot of those Sony films with product. They would often do things like Venom and Morbius. When they had their movies come out, there were waves of comic book characters. Or Old Man Logan, when Logan came out. There was an X-Men wave that had an Old Man Logan figure. It wasn't the movie version, but it was the comic. There was a Morbius comic book figure out about the time of the Morbius movie, but there was no Morbius movie line. So that was same thing with Deadpool 1 and 2. I think when Deadpool 2 came out, that's when we got that awesome X-Force wave with Cable and Domino and the Rob Liefeld. It was a Sasquatch wave, if I remember correctly. So that was kind of the Marvel Legends all comic wave that was supporting the movie line. So again, now fast forward to 2025, I mean, almost every Marvel movie has gotten that. Even the Eternals had a movie line. But now here we are with Captain America, and we just had Deadpool 3 or Deadpool and Wolverine that got, it didn't really get a full line. It got like one Deadpool and one Wolverine figure and one Logan figure. Part of that is the holdbacks because of keeping a surprise, like Deadpool being chock full of cameos, Gambit, Blade, Elektra, etc., etc. Cap being, or Chris Evans being the Human Torch, that kind of surprise. They want to save that for the screen moment, which is why we're not getting figures till later. But there's still plenty of figures to do, and you can also do comic book styled figures for that character, like they did for Deadpool 2. Why not just put out, another X-Force wave? Hey, it could have been a great... I was really hoping Deadpool 3 or Deadpool Wolverine would have been the movie vehicle that finally got us a feral figure to complete X-Force. It would have made sense. So to me, that's why the movie lines are so valuable, is because, again, we get these tertiary comic book characters that ship with it to help us fill out our collection. But now we're seeing, Hasbro's not even supporting Captain America with a full line. Only 3 deluxe figures. And honestly, I think this is really because of the Ollie's factor. Well, not Ollie's fault, but the fact that so much Marvel Legends product is kind of going unsold. And, you can make a lot of arguments about that, but I think at the end of the day, it comes to, some of the themes in the movies, kids not being interested. You could talk about the Eternals, and you can talk about Doctor Strange 2, and some of the Marvel movies not doing as well, and their subsequent Marvel Legends becoming peg warmers at retail and dust collectors at Ollie's. So is this a sign of Hasbro pulling back from kind of going all in on the Marvel movies? I think what we're seeing now with Captain America is very telling, because Cap is an A-list character for Marvel, even though this is a new version of Cap. It's the Falcon Cap. But it's really interesting to me that there is no mainline Marvel Legends wave supporting Captain America 3, just, again, 3 deluxe figures that are already on discount on Amazon, and the film hasn't even come out yet. What does that say? So Yeah, it's interesting to see where this goes. The pairing of movie to merchandise when you have a tentpole event. For the past 10 years, we've gotten all in. But I think we're seeing a new trend where toy companies and studios are really going to start to take a step back and realize not every movie needs a toy line. And while this is a good thing because you don't want stuff piling up at Ollie's, for collectors it means, yeah, you might be getting fewer characters. These movies were an awesome way of getting out obscure characters. Would we've ever gotten an Egghead if not for the Ant-Man Quantumania movie? I don't know. Something to think about. Let me know. What are your thoughts? Please let me know in the comments below. I do read all the comments. I may not always respond to everything, but I read them all, and I thank you for them. It's the best way to support this channel and to share these videos with other collectors. Thank you so much for your support, and let me know other topics you'd love to see covered on Spector Creative. See you next time.